Everyone. My name is Shalin Dwivedi and I'm creating a series of videos on Rahu. Why I chose Rahu as the first planet in my learning videos? The reason is simple. I can see a lot of misconception about Rahu. So I just want to make in my videos I just want to make clear these misconceptions. So let's begin with Rahu. Rahu is a modern day planet. Rahu is a master of illusion. Color of Rahu is smoky blue. Okay, remember that. Nature of Rahu is a bit of not human. It is kind of animalistic. Uh, Rahu is interested in achieving everything. Okay, Rahu does not like failure, or I can say Rahu makes you pursue the desires which you have hidden inside yourself. To understand more on Rahu, I will tell you the story which is associated with Rahu. Okay. This is a mythological story. So, all the mythological stories you should listen as stories, but understand it. But try to understand the in-depth story part of the sense of it, because if you do not understand the sense of mythological stories, you will take it as a story. I'll make that clear how you can understand that. Long time ago, Indra, the king of Devatas, was riding on his elephant. Rishi Durvasha or Sage Durvasha saw Indra and he offered him garland. Indra accepted the garland with a smile and placed it on the trunk of the elephant. Elephant got irritated by the scent of the garland and threw the garland on the ground. Seeing this, the Sage Durvasha got angry and he cursed all the Devatas that they will lose the divine power. The moment this news spread, Asuras, who are enemies of Devatas, attacked on Sarplok and captured it. Looking at this, Devatas ran and went to God of universe, Mr. Brahma, our dear Brahma, so Lord Brahma, and for the help. But he guided them to Lord Vishnu. He said that Vishnu will be able to help you. Lord Vishnu suggested that you have to do a churning of ocean to free yourself from the curse. And end result of this will be Amrit, which is drink of immortality. But you cannot do this all alone. You have to take Asuras along with you. Devatas went to Asuras and told about this whole thing. Asuras initially they did not agree, but they agreed eventually, and because Asuras have more animalistic characters, so they agreed, and who does not want to become immortal in this world? I think everybody wants to become immortal if they can, in a good way. So Asuras now started came along with Asuras came along with Devtas now, and they took mountain as the rod, snake as the rope, and Vishnu became the turtle, the avatar of turtle, and it became the base for churning the ocean. Now the ocean churning is started. A lot of things came out. Um, there was a poisonous halahal which came out, which threatened to destroy the entire universe. Shiva took it. Uh, Shiva drank it and kept it in his throat. Similarly, Kamdhenu came out. Um, so multiple other Varuni came out. The goddesses of liquor. All these things came out slowly and slowly, and in between, the Devtas got the divine powers. And finally, Dhanvantri, the god of medicine, appeared with Amrit. Amrit was forcefully snatched by the Asuras, and then the quarrel started and the fighting started between Devatas and Asuras. Seeing this, Lord Vishnu incarnated as Mohini, the enchantresses, the most beautiful female of the universe, and asked them that she will be doing the serving of Amrit to both Asuras and Devatas agreed. Devatas agreed. So, and sat in a row. Mohini started with Devatas first. So all the Devatas started drinking. Towards the end, Asura named Swabhanu became impatient, and he thought that he will not get the Amrit. It will get finished by the end of Devatas. So he disguised as Devta and sat in between. The Devtas. Now everybody saw this, but nobody reacted. The moment Mohini came and started giving Amrit to this Swabhanu Asura, Chandra and Surya started shouting that he is an Asura. Knowing this, Vishnu took out his chakra and cut his neck. But by that time, the drop went into his neck. So it became Swabhanu became immortal, but his body was cut into two pieces. One was neck and the other was the rest of the body. So though he became immortal, it was cut into pieces. One was head was Rahu and body was Ketu. So this was the mythological story. And when the Kali began after Mahabharata, it is said that Rahu and Ketu got free. And since then, they became more active. And the present world is entirely running on Rahu and Ketu. So in the current world, we have huge significance of Rahu and Ketu. Whether it is virtualization, whether it is internet, whether it is any machinery, everything is currently in the possession of Rahu. Now, let's see how the Rahu and Ketu impacts in various houses. This is just a brief. I'll take you in detail in how it is in Nakshatra, in 27 Nakshatras and in the 12 houses. But I'll just give you a brief right now. We will go into the detail later on. Okay, so I want to make sure that you have learned something out of my previous conversation about the Rahu and Ketu's story. You can put down you can share your thoughts with me in the feedback section. I will give you my thoughts. Okay. What I think is, what would have happened to take out the gist, I will tell you what I got out of it is Rahu and Ketu. One, they are impatient. Two, they can disguise as anyone. They are very good at disguising. Three, they will not die. They will not die. They will achieve what they have come for. Always remember this. If you think you can escape Rahu and Ketu, nobody can escape. You cannot escape your past. You cannot escape your future. Past is Ketu and future is Rahu. Or the present is Rahu. So you cannot escape both. So always remember, you have to face it. And if you are ready to face it, face all the fears related to Rahu and Ketu, then only you will get the best results of it. If you are afraid of facing, then in your life you may not get the best results. One more thing I would like to tell from my past experience. Rahu will, wherever it sits, it will boost the energy of that house. It will absorb the planets, the energy of the planets along with which it is sitting, and it will reflect as though it is the same planet but with more aggression. On the contrary, Ketu will absorb the planet which it is sitting with, and it will keep on absorbing. So you can say that Rahu will support the type of work which is more of exposing yourself. As I will say, it is like acting. Rahu helps a lot in the acting career. Creative arts, Ketu, but not exactly the face of. Rahu will make you the face, Ketu will make you sit back and do the work for others. Rahu is a salesman and Ketu is the product creator. Rahu will add its animalistic qualities and let you move forward. Or force you to move forward. Ketu, on the other hand, will absorb it and not let you move forward. So, in any house, if Rahu and Ketu is sitting, you have to act according to their nature. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to pass dashas and antardashas or mahadashas of Rahu. Or same for Ketu. I will walk you through various houses one by one. In the ascendant, if Rahu is sitting in the first house, it will make you boost your nature. Okay? You will be very much show off. You will not think while showing off yourself. You will be very careful about how you are looking, how you are walking. The presentation of such people will be very good. But you will do a lot of makeup. You may become possessive about it, and you may start doing a lot of makeup. The flip side is this: you may become very self-centered. Because Rahu in first house will mainly impact your personality. It will impact other things as well. But your personality will be impacted. Rahu in first house makes you politicians. I've seen many good combinations where Rahu has made people politicians who is sitting in first house. But always remember the fact that though you are a politician, don't expect back anything from anyone, and don't become too self-centric. You help everybody, but don't expect too much in return. This I will explain you later on why, but always remember that. Now let's move on to the second house. What is second house? Second house is majorly your wealth from the past, from the in family. So, wealth from the family means you will, if Rahu is sitting, you will be very possessive about the family values. Wealth is not just the wealth, the money. It is the family values. You will be very possessive about the family values. Some places I have read that your family will have your parental line of family may not have, they may be mixed in culture somewhere, or your brother and sister may marry to different religion, or any of your family line might be disturbed. Okay, so and you make sure that your speech, whatever you speak, that is always in control if you are always in second house. Think twice before speaking anything, especially to the authorities, to your bosses, because Rahu in second house makes you very aggressive while speaking, or I can say makes you defensive while speaking. So don't become defensive. Try to control your speech and words while talking to the authorities. One more quality that will come to the people who have Rahu in this house is they will attract lot of people, and they have blind faith towards these kind of people. So be careful when what you teach them and what you tell them. Though you may not be knowing that this amount of people are listening you and following you, there will be a lot of people who are following you. So be careful when you are speaking. Okay? Let's move on to third house. Third house is I would say it is a good house. It's a very good house for Rahu to be, if it is alone. If it is with some other planet, its results will be depending upon the planet which it is sitting with. Especially if it is with Shani or Guru. So, Rahu in third house, I can say that it gives good results. It makes you do something in your life. It makes you passionate about your work. It makes you work for your desires. But mostly I have seen that it gives a better result in this house. Why? Because mainly because of the placement of Rahu in this house is good. And Rahu will give good results with Mercury and okay. Now let's move on to the fourth house. Fourth house results will be, I will say it is 50-50. Why? Because Rahu sitting here may impact your inner self. The happiness part will be a bit of impacted. You will have everything in your life. You will have everything. You will, that you name it, you will have that. You have the big cars, you have the big house, you have good job, but you will never. We'll look into deep about this house and what are the remedies later on in my next video. Let's move on to fifth house. Fifth house is the house of education, is the house of children. Fifth house, if Rahu is there, you become passionate about your children. You want to create the best. Always remember, you want to create the best from your point of view. Not from your child point of view. So sometimes what happens, you keep pushing your child and child does not understand that why my father is pushing me or why my mother is pushing me, and it backfires once the child grows. So be careful with that part. Rest of will be, you will have education which is unconventional kind of education. You will learn you will read or learn in such circumstances where nobody would have done. You might be the person who have studied in street lights. You might be the person whose family nobody has taken the education, and you are the one. Such things happen with the people who have Rahu in the fifth house. Moving on to sixth house. Sixth house, my dear friends, it is again a better house. Better. I'm not saying good, best, but better house. Better in the sense it will be bad for your enemies. Your enemies or I will say other way around. If you become enemy of anybody, you will not leave even if he dies. You become so arrogant and so passionate to defeat him that even after defeating you keep beating him. So it is not good for the enemies. As far as your maternal part is concerned, maternal uncles and all, they will be growing in your support. You can see the job. In the job, mostly you will be good at technical. You can do the technical work very good. Here Rahu is here. Okay, let's move on to 7th. Yeah, marriage house, partnership house, and Rahu sitting here. You know what will happen? You will become passionate about your life partner. You will try to impose your way on your life partner. Such Rahu may give you sometimes troubles because you want to impose something on somebody, partners and your life partner. Such placement of Rahu is, I will not say it is not good, but you have to be very careful when your Rahu is here. You have to control your behavior and thoughts, and you have to control your feelings about others, especially about your partner and life partner. Because at some point you may become so dominating that you forget that you are dominating. And this will ruin the relationship. So, if you have Rahu in 7th house, be careful you are not dominating others, especially your partners and life partners. Now let's move on to 8th house, very good house. Though people are afraid of this house, but most of the planets give good result in this house. Rahu may be slightly putting the illusion here, but illusion is good for the person who is going through it. It may not be good for the people who are looking through it. It may not be understood by the people who are watching such guy first time. Rahu is a mystical cloud, and it is sitting in the house of occult. It is sitting in the house where it will give at the end the spirituality. Many of bigger saints have Rahu in this house. But they were never understood in their hometown or in their homeland. They were understood only outside their region, their homeland. Their philosophy will be very different from the normal people philosophy. So I'll say it is a good place to be, to have Rahu. Now let's move on to the ninth house. Ninth house is basically your luck. Everybody wants luck in this world, I guess. Whether it is you or me, everybody wants luck. So, when Rahu is placed here, it may change your thought process about your religion. You will achieve a religion, you will be religious, but in a very different manner. You will get lucky, but in pieces. One day your luck is very dominating, and if you notice, you will feel lucky around the lunar eclipse mostly. Because Rahu becomes powerful during the eclipses. It is the time when eclipse come in, Rahu becomes is the ruler. I will say, if somebody is born in eclipse, he will be dominated by Rahu. If you are born in eclipse, do check out that. If you are born in eclipse, then you will be dominated by Rahu. All the planets will have some significant impact of Rahu. So be careful while looking the kundi of person born in eclipse. Because during eclipse, Rahu and Ketu are most powerful planets. This is a lot of times missed by the astrologers while looking at the horoscope. Somebody will come to me and say, I'm not getting results, I have such good planets. And moving on to 10th house. 10th house is your career. The moment you see the Rahu here or Ketu here, you should understand that this guy is somewhat or somewhere related to the technical field. Mostly such people are related to the technical field in the current world, in the current scenario, because everybody cannot become film star. Film stars also related with this. But in India right now, everybody wants, at least in the beginning of their career, they want to become engineer. The Rahu sitting here will make you a good administrator. But you will mostly not reach to the peak of your career if Rahu is not supporting. You may have to work for various companies or various projects. You'll see all more details on these houses when I go through house by house in my next video. Now let's move on to 11th house. This is the only house where I can comfortably say that Rahu will be good. This is a house of gain. You will get a flowing money whenever you want. You will never have crisis in terms of money. Let's move on to 12th house. 12th house is pretty good house, but not good for Rahu. Though it will give you foreign travels, but it will throw a lot of expenses on you. It will make you feel that you don't have enough money to support. But if you settle outside your hometown, homeland, these problems may not happen. When I said you okay. Why I always keep saying that Rahu, when you go outside, it will give more good results. When you see, the reason is Rahu is non-conventional planet. It's not like all the planets. It is a non-conventional planet, and it gives result. Once you move out of the box, once you start thinking out of the box, it will start giving results in your favor. It will make you compromise the thing which you like most. This is one heck of a fact. If you learn to live with that, if you learn to live with that compromise thing, you will be successful in your life during Rahu Mahadashi. That's it for today, my dear friends. Do subscribe my channel if you like my video. Thank you. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.